It behooves us to learn what we should or should not do, because what we are today is the outcome of our past karma, and what we will be in the future will be the result of our present karma. Yes, we can definitely change our luck, our future, and our destiny. Before I explain the consequences of good or bad karma, I will explain the cycle of creation, apocalypse, and recreation. I will explain the unknown secrets of our earth as revealed by the most holy soul of the universe just before the total transformation of the world. I will also provide explanations on the occurrences of natural phenomena such as volcanoes, earthquakes, gravity, tsunami, death, soul, karma, evolution, avatar, and heaven, etc. For all wise and good people, this total transformation will be the end of all false cults, false preachers, and false religions. And it will be the time to follow the eternal truth of karma and rebirth, reincarnation. This event of the total transformation or apocalypse will also be the beginning of a new era where only good people will be blessed with a highly evolved life. This will be the last opportunity for everyone on this earth to change by overcoming anger, giving up greed, unfollowing foolish cults, and accepting the truth. I will provide proof so that everyone will realize that it is time to accept the one and only true God of this whole planet and the only true religion, Sanatan Dharma, the eternal religion of humanity. Now, I will explain where we came from and where we are going. The answer is very simple and easy to understand. We came out of the sun and will return to the sun. A very long time ago, we all were within the sun in the form of basic life-forming particles, chemicals. All of the planets like Mars, Jupiter, Earth, etc., as well as the trees, rocks, animals, birds, you and me were within the sun. No other planets were orbiting the sun. The sun was the only celestial body of the solar system. And then the cycle started over. Then there was a huge explosion in the sun known as the supernova. Because of this spectacular explosion, rocks, dust, soil, gas, and other particles were spread out into space millions and billions of miles from the center. This supernova is also known as the Big Bang. The ejected particles coalesced to form solid cores, and the cores gathered particles from the ejected solar material or the protoplanetary disk, the nebula, and grew into larger masses which continued to grow until planetary embryos were formed. The planetary embryos continued to attract particles because of their gravitational force, and they grew larger until they formed planets. As the Earth progressed closer to the Sun, organisms continue evolving from all the pre-existing species until the Earth reached her current position of 93 million miles from the Sun. when organisms took on the form of the creatures that inhabit the earth today. At the completion of one human era, the most holy soul of the universe visits the earth when the earth is full of false gods, false cults, false gurus, hundreds of business-minded egotistical godmen who promise heaven to unlimited followers, even though they themselves do not know where heaven is. When unrighteousness, greed, ignorance, ego, and power competition exist, and when human beings become intelligent enough to understand the universe and are ready to commit the unforgivable sin of flying a spacecraft into outer space to avoid death on the disturbed earth. This period can be compared to the time when Krishna, Jesus, etc. appeared. It is at such a time when the most holy person from heaven, also known as the planet of gods, flies a spacecraft and lands on the planet Earth, and the mighty universe proves the existence of a one and only true God. The body of this, the most holy Mahatma, is not able to survive in the earthly climate and dies immediately. But the soul is pulled towards the life-giver sun god course by gravitation. The powerful core God then decides in whose womb that holy soul will be placed. After 9 months, the holy soul is born as a savior with a new human body, similar to a human being, but with the mind of God, full of wisdom and truth, yet very tensed, because the most holy soul, the most holy Mahatma, is not recognized on earth. The holy Mahatma's wisdom is so powerful that can eliminate all falsehood. Therefore, most false godmen and leaders assume that he or she is trying to eliminate or ruin their businesses, reputation, fame, philosophies, and religions. Therefore, they treat the Mahatma as their enemy. Even though the holy Mahatma's simple message is quit sinful science and follow nature, do not use advanced scientific methods to escape into space in order to avoid death. Death is nature's law. Only if you accept death on earth, you will be granted a wonderful body in paradise. Truthful people who understand the truth, do good karma, follow the laws of nature, will pass the test. They will be saved and taken to heaven with Mother Earth. Thus, the holy soul visits the earth to reveal the secrets and the laws of nature, and explains the secrets of heaven, earth, rebirth, and the mighty sun god that is ready to become a new moon, and also told us what to do and what not to do at this time. Now I am going to explain the wisdom of the holy Mahatma. The mighty sun god, which is in the center of the earth, is moving clockwise against the earth, which is moving counterclockwise. This opposite movement causes friction, which results in heat, and the heat causes rapid movement of atoms. The atoms collide and generate energy. This energy is life which keeps us alive. With the rotation of the earth, the energy travels outwards from the sun god and reaches the earth's surface, causing the warmth in the atmosphere that sustains life and facilitates functioning of our senses such as vision, taste, smell, hearing, touch, and functioning of our mind, consciousness, and memory as well. The energy places a soul into a cell that consists of 23 chromosomes from the mother and 23 chromosomes from the father. Then causes multiplication of that cell into billions and trillions of cells that ultimately produces an infant baby. The infant baby grows to maturity and then ages till it dies. At death, the soul leaves the old unsuitable body and enters a new womb that is selected according to its karma acquired during life. God's this energy also enters seeds and turns them into vigorous plants and flowers and fruits that makes the world beautiful. God's this energy also causes movements in the air, heat in fire, and all the different activities in nature. God's energy is also needed for the working of things like machines, factories, light bulbs, fans, computers, satellites, and televisions. The energy also causes the heart to beat, brain to function, and the pulse beat. This God causes hurricane, tornadoes, earthquakes, and whirlpools. The sunrise, the sunset, the four seasons, birth, death, and evolution are not possible without God. Only the most holy soul of the universe could reveal these facts of energy that is created by the sun god and Mother Earth. This life-giver God moves clockwise. This means that life travels at a clockwise direction and also outwards from the center. This force turns all natural things in a spiral structure, including whirlpools and tornadoes. This is the secret of the spiral phenomena on Earth. It enters the DNA of all living beings and turns them clockwise against the opposing movement of the earth, thus holding the bodies of all living beings anchored to this fast spinning earth. This is why our bodies are not hurled into space but remain pulled towards the fast spinning earth. God's spiraling energy is the cause of the gravity. This energy enters our DNA and pulls them towards the core of the earth, causing gravity and weight. While pulling, it applies more tension in the DNA while we are awake. This is why our body weight increases by 2 ounces and length decreases by 2 inches while we are awake. Thus, no human being except the wisest soul of this universe in the human form known as the Avatar, Messiah, Christ, Messenger, or Savior could reveal our connection with the core God. Now I am going to provide you with the proof of the existence of the God in human form. The fact is that this life giver is a baby moon wrapped in lava inside the womb of Mother Earth. This lava keeps increasing as heavy particles keep settling into the bottom, and it then gets crushed in between these two fast moving bodies. When excessive lava finds a narrow path, it leaks out through the path and becomes a volcano outside the earth. A very long time ago, our moon was the core of the Venus, wrapped in lava in the womb of that planet. After it was ejected, it settled into the cold space and the blistering lava froze. The blisters became craters on the surface of the moon. This is why the moon's surface has craters and its soil and lava powder have the same properties. Mercury also is an older moon. This is why all these three, the core, the moon, the Mercury, have the same appearance, the same lava, the same density, and the same elements. The secret of the moon, Mercury, lava, volcano, and craters are proof of the total transformation and the beginning of a new era. Now, this life-giver core is ready to exit from the womb of the earth and settle into the cold space to become a new moon. When the time to exit approaches, Mother Earth will put everyone to sleep by releasing smokeless gases, and this will be followed by the Day of Judgment. At that time, Mercury and Venus will be absorbed by the Sun. The moon and our earth will replace the vacant orbits that were previously occupied by Mercury and Venus respectively. After moving to heaven's orbit, this earth will become new heaven and the true God will become the king of that heaven. When Mother Earth moves to the place of heaven, all good souls will go with her and get a perfect body in the new heaven. All the failed ones will be left behind to wait for Mars to come to the orbit vacated by Earth. When this happens, Mars will become the new Earth and the people left behind will be born on that new Earth. All of the other planets will shift one orbit closer to the Sun, with the living species on their planets evolving one step further, higher. Mars will take the place of the Earth and will become the new Earth. People on that new Earth will be our next generation. They will start the civilization from the beginning, from scratch, and will invent dozens of new religions, cults, and philosophies in the search of the true God. Though a few good saints will be born to teach humanity, ignorance will have full control over people's minds. They will know nothing about the true God because of their ego and stubbornness. They will have knowledge of the history that we created on earth, and they will know what mistake that we, their ancestors, committed with the Savior, yet they will never understand because of their own egos and stubbornness. They will gradually discover the shape of their planet and the movements of other planets as well. They will invent the motor car, train, telephone, airplane, etc. exactly as we did within the last hundreds of years. Once they attain our level of computer science and acquire the knowledge of space traveling, then again the most holy divine soul from heaven will sacrifice his life to show them the true path. He will fly a spacecraft from heaven to the new earth, die on the new earth, and take a new human body to teach them the truth. Since there will be hundreds of powerful leaders with utterly confusing concepts, no one will understand that divine God. On the contrary, they will treat the holy Mahatma as an enemy. However, the mighty universal God will keep his words of landing on the new earth, destroying the wicked and helping the good people. This cycle will keep repeating. Now it is our turn. The most ancient God, as true as this universe, is the same God that humankind has been trying to find for centuries. Through their many exercises in scriptural learning, rituals, ceremonies, and teachings of the learned ones. Right before every planetary shift, this holy Mahatma has visited this house of horror and ego. The holy soul Mahatma's physical appearance may be different at different times, but the holy soul was always the same. Some of us know the holy Mahatma as the avatar, while others know him or her as the Christ, Krishna, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Mahavir, Durga, Kali, or simply God in human form or formless God. This is the one to whom all of us have been praying, calling by different names and conceptualizing in different forms. There is no difference between this holy Mahatma in human body and the sun god in the center of the earth. This is the one to whom you have been praying in churches, temples, mandirs, gurudwaras, mosques, and all places of worship. This is the one that we praise in different languages. This is the one who has blessed us with everything we possess today, including this body. This God is our door to heaven. This is the most holy soul of this universe, through whom our Mother Earth is saying to us, quote, "My beloved children, my time in this orbit is over. I will give birth to a new baby moon and leave him here as proof for the coming generation of Mars. When the next avatar goes on that Mars, new earth, he or she will reveal the hidden secrets of the moon and spirals created by the baby moon, exactly as this protector of yours did. This is how the inhabitants will come to know the one and only true God. You can look at the final picture of the sonogram of my womb. You will clearly see I am ready to deliver the new moon. After delivering the new moon here, I will move closer to the sun. At that time, be aware of the destructive aliens of other worlds. They will attempt to take you away from me, but you should not leave me. Why? Because in heaven I will give you new and most superior beautiful bodies with absolute perfection. and where you will have all the best of things. Unquote. All the people of the world in all religions have been praying to Almighty for centuries for his or her arrival and to deliver them from their problems. But now, when the grand moment has arrived and the Savior has come here to help, the ignorant leaders of the world did a terrible thing to the Holy Mahatma. The next generation will condemn this foolish act of this generation. They will condemn all brainwashing scriptures, false gods, money-minded gurus, and selfish cult leaders. However, you still have time to change history. At present, this world is controlled by blind leaders and their followers, similar to what it was during the time of Krishna, Jesus, etc. At the same time, Mother Nature is providing all the proof of the avatar's arrival, Savior's arrival, and how the apocalypse or the event will take place. Some of you may question why the Holy Mahatma did not take birth in your country or in your religion. Well, it is the decision of the mighty universe. My simple message for all the poor and rich of this world is that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. You will not remain like this forever. However, right now you have the opportunity to change your future and destiny. Just before the event takes place, right now, right away, if you give up foolish religions and accept the truth and do wise karma, you will achieve the purpose of this life, which is known as moksha, heaven, nirvana, or salvation. But if you keep following foolish paths or sinful karma, your soul will be taken to terrifying worlds filled with horror and ignorance. Many of the sinners whose sins have caused suffering, starvation, and deaths to the children of the earth will be finished in hell, because God and God's judgment both are true. The total transformation will take place soon. Become wise, become a good human being, and be blessed by this Mother Earth. If you do good karma, all your problems shall be gone. It is time to let the soul be blessed. Your future is in your hands. I humbly request you to please take a wise decision and do the right thing. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.